Hi everybody, this tutorial is on how to use ActiveInspire if you're not familiar with how flip charts and ActiveInspire works. When you first open up your flip chart to work on it, you'll be presented with a blank page, a browser window on the left hand side, and a toolbar on the right hand side. Now you'll notice that the layout is very similar to a PowerPoint, and this is by design since teachers are typically used to using PowerPoints. When you look on the left hand side, underneath your browser windows, you'll notice that you have several selections to choose from if you're using the registered or professional versions. The first icon you click on brings up the page browser. The second icon is the resource browser, and if you've installed resource packs or downloaded from Promethean Planet resource packs, you'll see them popping up in this window. The third window in is your object browser, and this consists of the layers that you use if you're planning on doing some advanced features in your flip chart. The fourth icon in is the notes browser. This is a fantastic browser to use. You can type in here whatever you would like to type in that would reflect the content that appears on your page. It is a fantastic option. Make sure you do use this. It's particularly useful if you have a substitute teacher who will be opening up your flip chart and they need to see if there are special notes that you're including that should be included on a particular page or a slide in your flip chart. The fifth icon in is the property browser, and you can use this for certain effects or things that you want to have automatically happen on your page. That tends to be more of an intermediate or advanced level skill, and we won't be covering that in this tutorial. The next icon in is your action browser, and this also creates actions for items that you have on your screen. This is also a wonderful tool to use. And the last icon, if you have the active expression devices, those are the handheld devices. If you use this option, you can set up your handheld devices to be able to work. But let's go back to the first browser, and that's the page browser. If you look over on the right hand side, you will see the tools that you have available to you in your toolbar. You have your color grid, your color table, where you can select different colors for text or shapes or fills, pretty much just about anything that deals with color. Underneath that, you have your select arrow. You use this for moving items around on your page or for resizing graphics or photos. It's a pretty useful tool. It's just the arrow. Next to it also are different tools that you can use and you can look at as you're developing your flip chart. The pen tool is a fantastic tool also. This is where I'm going to choose blue. You can go in and you can write on your screen if you would like to. You can choose another color. This is what you'd want to have the students use if they came up to your whiteboard and were going to write on the whiteboard, or even you if you're just going to use basic text. Next to that is the highlighter. This presents a wider stroke that you can use on your whiteboard to be able to go across. Maybe you want to highlight text or circle an object in a large format. The highlighter is what you would use for that. The erase tool will go in and erase whatever you happen to have on the screen that you'd want to be able to go in and maybe fine-tune for erasing. The fill bucket, you can use the fill bucket to go in and just fill your screen, which, wow, that really just kind of takes over, doesn't it, on your screen? You can go in and use that, which at this point would also be a good idea to go down and show this little icon down here. It's the back curved arrow. If I click on that, it will undo the last thing that I just did. You have your shapes icon where you can draw special shapes on your screen, on your window like this, and then that's where you can take the paint bucket and you can drop colors inside like that. When you get right over onto this one, it's a connector. We won't get into that right now, but you can connect objects on the screen. This icon right here is insert media from a file. If you have a file on your computer that has an audio file or maybe a video, I would stay with shorter videos and ones that don't have much memory usage, and you can insert those on your page. This is the text tool, which is a very handy tool to use. If I click on the screen, I'll type in garbage text. I can type in there, I can highlight, I can change the color of it. I can even change just partial letters if I would like to. Like that. And then if I go back to my arrow, I can click on one of the letters and I can drag that on my screen to a certain location. Down on the bottom, we have, it looks like a spray bottle. If I click on that, I can go in and I have the choice of what I would like to clear. So let's say I'm going to clear the entire page. I click that. I now have a clean page to work with again. So we have all of those. Those options are the commonly used ones. Let's use the text tool for now. You can go in with the text tool and type on the screen. And I'm going to type in, whoops, I happened to bump, and I'm going to get rid of that. If it'll allow me to get rid of it here, there we go. Go and click on it, hit delete, and it's gone. Up here I type some text. It's usually a wise idea that the main point of your lesson be placed in the upper left-hand corner. The upper left-hand corner is the strong spot on a page. It's what students will look at immediately when they open up, because in America we read from left to right in an inverted S form, and this happens to be the strong spot. Another strong spot on your page is down in the corner down here. Students' eyes will bounce between this corner and this corner first as they're looking at a page. If I would like to make that larger, I click on my text tool, highlight the text, and in the upper left corner of my toolbar on the top, you'll see I can change my font. If I would like to change my font, I can change the size of what I have, so I can get that pretty large if I would like to. And if I go back to my arrow over here, I can click and I can make the box larger, the text box larger. I'm going to go back in there and highlight again. You're not limited to the sizes that are presented for you in your drop-down menu. You can also go in here and you can type in your own number. So let me type in like a 90. And then I hit my enter key. Boom, look at how much larger that has become. So we can do that, and maybe I want to change the color in the middle to draw attention here. So I can come in there and I can click on a color I would like to change to, and there. You have a lot of options available that you can use. If we would like to put in a photo, which by all means try to use graphics or photos. Students are drawn to those. You should include something like that. I would go up underneath Insert, Media. Someplace on my computer I would go wherever I have a photo I would like, and I'm just going to use my Pictures folder and click on the Pictures one, and I'm going to use a koala. Set the koala on the page. Now if I'm on my arrow, I can click on the koala, I can resize it. I'll put it down in this corner down here because I have my text here, which should support my image that I have down on the bottom. And now I've created a page in my flip chart. Not overly difficult to do, just a few steps to walk through. Now, one thing that you may want to consider, students like color. They like color a lot, and it keeps their attention as you're presenting a lesson. I would color the background of your page. One way you can create a background that you can adjust is to go over to your Shapes tool, click on Shape, and I'm going to just choose a square, and you can draw that on your page. And you don't have to worry if it doesn't fill it up, because I can go back to my arrow, click on it, and drag it across. Now you'll notice it's over the top of everything I placed on the page. That isn't very good because everything is kind of hidden, unless you want it to be that way, because then you could use this as a revealer and you could reveal what's behind it. But let's put this behind so it does become our actual background. All you need to do is right-click, choose Reorder, and choose Send to Back. There we go. Now it happens to be at the back. A fantastic option for you to be able to use. I would recommend that this is where you start, and don't get too fancy yet. Just be able to put these items on the page, and then when you present to your students, this is what you'll have. You could go up, you could put another page in if you would like to by going under Insert Page, Blank Page after the current. There's another page that I can use, and I can click back and forth. Now don't ever worry if you exit out of your browsers. If we exit out, that's okay, because to bring it back in again, all you have to do is go to View, Browsers, and it'll pop back in again, and you'll be able to choose your browsers. So that's our first lesson that we have. It would be a good idea now to go in and create just a basic lesson where you put some text on the page, keep it minimal, put the text on the page, insert a graphic or two, or a photograph, and you will be off and running and able to start presenting to your students. Good luck, and thanks for your attention.